This week, I'm going to lead you through a short yin practice for after work. We'll do only 4 poses, and this will be a nice little reset after a day at work. Let's get started. So the idea in this practice today is that yin doesn't always need to take such a long time. So today we're going to do just 4 poses to reset our body and mind after a day at work. And for this practice, I recommend having either a cushion, pillow, or if you have a yoga bolster, then have your yoga bolster there. And optional prop would be some kind of a block or some books if you think you might need some extra props for your practice. When you have all of this ready, then we're going to start and we go straight into a back bend. And we're going to bring our pillow, cushion, or bolster behind the back. And we're going to lean our back, our head onto that prop. And you can choose to leave your knees bent, or you could extend your legs. Maybe you've had your knees bent the whole day. This would be a nice moment to now extend the legs, rest the legs on the floor. Or the third option would be to open legs into a butterfly shape. So choose your option, your preferred shape for the legs, and then find a comfortable opening in the chest area. If you want, you could bring arms into a cactus shape, or you could also bring arms overhead. So it is a back bending pose, but also a nice opening across the chest and shoulders. So all of the poses that we do today are countering long hours of sitting, maybe long hours of hunching at the desk, looking at the screen. So now once you have found your back bend, start to focus on your breath. Let your breathing slow down slightly. And focus on lengthening your exhalations. You might exhale through pursed lips. So inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through pursed lips. Finding a calm, slow rhythm and pace in your own breath. Now we've been here for a while already, and we're going to stay for another minute or a minute and a half. If you feel that you need to adjust your pose, you might change the shape in the legs. You might change where your arms are. Continue focusing on your breath. Allowing your chest, your ribs, maybe even your belly to move with each breath in and out. It could be a very small, subtle movement. But just freeing up that space, allowing that gentle movement. Breath will start to release tension as well. It gives that gentle internal stretch, especially around the chest, ribs, upper back, areas that might easily get tense when we are sitting at the desk. And I will take a few more breaths in and out. With each exhalation, let yourself let go of tension that you don't need right now. We're slowly transitioning from work to our evening, afternoon activities. So use this practice as a transition, letting yourself let go of tension. And then after those few breaths, still leaning onto your pillow, still leaning onto your bolster, start to bend your knees. If you had your legs extended, or if you had your legs in a butterfly shape, then slowly bring the soles of the feet onto the mat. And do a few gentle windshield wipers. Swing the legs a few times from side to side. And then lean your knees to your legs to your left side and lean onto your side. Press the right hand on the floor and bring yourself up into a seat, sitting on the left hip. And now we're going to turn our bolster, our pillow, sideways and bring it very close to the left hip. You could have your legs on top of each other or slide your right leg further back as we lean into a side bend. So now lean your left side over your pillow, over your bolster. You bring your left arm in front of you and either lean your head onto the mat or bring your extra prop. So maybe your block or some books under the head. So make sure your neck stays comfortable. If you want, you could bring your your right arm overhead. So now we're opening the right side body. And you might feel this all the way down in your right leg, maybe around the right hip, along the right side, maybe around the right shoulder. Having that right arm overhead is very, very optional. So if you want, you can also leave the right arm somewhere lower down, maybe closer to your belly, closer to your right side. Make sure there's no pain anywhere in the body. And then start to focus on your breath again. Having that right arm a bit further back might increase opening around the hip flexor area. Another area that might get quite tight if you've been sitting a lot. So if you feel that you want more sensations or more intense sensations around that hip flexor area, then feel free to slide the right leg further back. Or you could also play with extending one leg more than the other. And let your breath slide down and up along that right side body. There could be some rotation going on in your body as well. Maybe you're opening your chest up towards the ceiling if you want to add a bit more of a back bend there as well. Or you might choose to close your chest more down towards the mat. All of these small changes might give different sensations for your body, so feel free to play with the shape. There is no right or wrong way to do this pose. Let your shoulders soften. Let your back, your belly soften. And again, we have about 1 more minute for this side bend. If you feel that it's been long enough already, you could do a 1-minute child's pose at this point. So listen to your body when deciding how long it's good to stay in the pose. What feels good today after your day at work or studying, whatever you have done today. What do you need to reset your body? What do you need to reset your mind? And give yourself a few more breaths in and out, wherever you are, in whatever shape you are in. And then after those few breaths, if you have your right arm somewhere higher up, you could bring that right arm lower down, step your right hand somewhere in front of you. So you could now press down through that right hand to bring yourself up into a seat. And we're going to go into that side bend on the other side. So find an easy way for you to change to the other side. I'm going to just swing my legs to the other side, move my bolster or my pillow to the other side, just so that I can keep facing you. But if it's easier for you just to leave your props where they are and go sit down on the opposite hip, then do that. Find the easiest way. And then when we are sitting down on the right hip, again, legs could be together, or you can bring your left leg further back. We're going to lean over the right side. And again, there could be an extra prop under the head. Or you might lean your head all the way down onto the mat, onto the floor. And now second side might be very different, so let yourself find a different shape if needed. Maybe left arm stays close to your body. Maybe you want to slide the left arm over the head, behind the head. What would feel good on the second side? And again, there could be that slight rotation, turning chest up towards the ceiling or rotating chest down towards the mat. And then notice the breath. The breath is there, not just for the body, not just for releasing physical tension. It's there very much for our mind to calm down as well. So if you still find your mind wandering off the mat, maybe back to work, or maybe you're already thinking about things that you're going to do next, maybe dinner, or what you might do after this practice. Let those thoughts come in. We're not trying to empty our mind. We're not trying to push any thoughts away. You can let those thoughts come in. Just acknowledge them. And also let yourself let go of those thoughts for another 5 minutes. And focusing on your breath can help in this. Noticing each breath in, noticing each breath out. Just allowing yourself to stay in this moment. Let yourself stay in your practice for another few minutes. We'll spend another 5 to 10 breaths in this side bend on the second side. And let those breaths slide down and up along the left side body. Allow each exhalation to soften tension. Release effort that you might feel in your body. So also becoming aware of how the body feels now. Without any judgment, there's no good or bad way to feel. Just notice how you feel now. Take another breath or two in and out. And then if you have your left arm overhead, just slowly slide that left hand, left arm lower down and help yourself up into a brief seat. You can move your blocks away if you had any blocks there. Leave your bolster, your pillow onto your mat. And then as our last pose, we're going to bring legs on top of that pillow or bolster and then lean our back, our shoulders, our head down onto the mat. Find supported Shavasana pose. And we're going to spend here a couple of minutes before closing this practice. I suggest bringing one hand onto the belly, other hand onto your ribs so that your elbows are still resting on the mat. And then focus on feeling each breath in your hands. Allow each exhalation to make your body just a bit heavier. Soften your jaw. Soften your neck. Soften your shoulders and your arms. Soften your chest. Soften your belly. Soften your back. Your both buttocks. Soften your hips, your thighs. Soften your knees. Soften your feet. Give yourself another 5 to 10 breaths. Exhaling tension. And then at the end of those breaths, you can decide to stay longer in your Shavasana pose if you want. If you just found your calm and you want to extend it, then stay there as long as needed, as long as you want to. Or if you feel that now this was long enough practice for you, just slowly roll onto one side to bring yourself up into a seat, finding an easy seat where you want to end your practice. And if it's part of your practice, bring your palms together in front of the chest. And as always, most importantly, thank yourself for showing up, for taking a moment to slow down, to calm down. And I thank you very much for joining in. Namaste. Thank you. Great. Thank you so much for joining in. Let yourself extend that Shavasana pose if you're still there. And before you go, if you enjoyed the practice, please give the video a thumbs up and also leave your comments below. And then I'll see you on the next video. Bye.